Hello, it's Father Vogel, Blessed All Souls Day. During the month of November, we are invited by the church to pray for all of our loved ones who have died. One of those ways is to go and visit the cemetery and pray for all of the souls who lie at rest here. So while we go and visit the cemetery, you may desire to go and find stones of specific people, your relatives, maybe ones that you haven't visited for a while. And sometimes when we come back to the cemetery, we might not always know exactly where the stone is. You know, we've found their marker before, but we don't know exactly where it is. So I want to introduce to you a helpful tool that you can use to be able to find anybody in a cemetery. Not quite every cemetery, but especially any of our cemeteries for our parishes, as well as pretty much all the cemeteries in our area, even those that aren't the Catholic cemeteries. So, and this tool is through a website called BillionGraves.com. It's a site where volunteers can go around and take photos of gravestones in different cemeteries. This is something that I've done for all of ours, and it can be uploaded, and then the information on the graves are then transcribed, and we can go online and search for them. There is also an app that can be used as well. So I want to kind of show you how to use the app for being able to find somebody in the cemetery. This, of course, you don't have to be in a cemetery to use this, but if you're in the cemetery and you have this app, you can search directly for individual gravestones. So if we look here, we have different options. So obviously the take pictures option is one that I've used in the past to take pictures of the graves in all the different cemeteries. But then there's the search functions where you can search for cemeteries, that's the find cemeteries, or you can also just find individual headstones. So let's use that one, finding individual headstones. So it comes up here and it gives us different search options. And we're going to search, let's just search for a family name. Let's say you know the name, and we're just going to search for Smith. It's a pretty common name. And if we search for that, and we find, we've got a whole bunch of different Smiths. Obviously, we'd have fewer examples here if we search for a first and a last name. So if we look here, for example, we have our first one. We have a Helen who is here at Laurel Hill Cemetery in Neely. That's where I'm at right now. So if you click on there, it'll take you, and it'll actually show you images of the stones, and this looks like it's a family stone. There's several individuals that are connected to it. So it gives you the description and the information that's on the stones, as well as you can click on the cemetery map here, and it will show you where the stone is in the cemetery. So if I zoom out a little bit, you can see the entire Laurel Hill Cemetery. So, I mean, it's a larger cemetery. And so if I were to try to find this Helen Jacobs Moore Smith on my own, it would be very difficult. But now in this map, you can see my position right now is marked by the blue dot, blue circle, and the grave marker is marked by the orange one. That's a little bit far from here, so let's try another one. Let's see. We have an Alta Smith. If we go on the map, the grave is over there. It's a little bit of ways away from us here. How about Ami Smith? So this looks like it's a fairly old. Oh, this one's pretty close. So let's look at the gravestone and see what it looks like. That way we can spot it when we get close. Okay, so that's what the stone is going to look like. It looks fairly. It's a good thing we look at it because it looks fairly worn. And so then what we can do is go to the cemetery map, and I can begin to move toward where it is. All right, and we watch our blue mark here, and that'll show us that we're going in the proper direction. It is in this direction. And hopefully, you know, the GPS mark of the stones, you know, should be fairly accurate, but you might need to move to within a range of where you go. So we're getting pretty close here. So if we look around to see where the stone is, oh, I think this must be it right over here. So this looks to be our stone. It is indeed a smith on that stone. So you can see that this is a very helpful tool to be able to find where individual persons might be in the cemetery. Maybe we'll do one more test. If we go back, there is also a grave of importance here at Laurel Hill, and that is of the White Buffalo Girl. So let's see, probably search this way, search. Oh, didn't find any results. Sometimes if you can't find results, you might go to Find Cemetery and go directly to the cemetery itself and then search in this cemetery, and then you might be able to find individuals that the other way doesn't work. I don't know why exactly this is, but let's try it this way. Search for white. Search. Ah, there it is, the White Buffalo Girl, daughter of Black Elk and Moonhawk. So let's see. Let's go to the cemetery. Oh, let's first look at the image. So there's the image of the grave. And then we can go to the cemetery map and zoom out a little bit. Okay, it's over this direction. So, so even if you're a ways away, you should be able to find where the gravestone is. It's a beautiful day to be out here in the cemetery, so I certainly recommend that you come to the cemetery and go pray before, pray for your relatives or others that may be here. All right, I believe I see the grave. Has lots of flowers around it like it was in the picture. So, all right. So once again, we've been able to use this app to be able to find a grave marker. So you're welcome. This is a free app that you can download. It works on any kind of smartphone. You can find the app. There's also a website version too if you want to use it on the computer, but in order to use it at the cemetery you need to use the app version. So hopefully this is helpful for you when you're visiting cemeteries and searching for loved ones, gravestones that you'd like to visit. God bless.